didn't do it, but are they linked to a horrible past?
Slave labor, forced labor, I don't know.
This war story isn't a movie. 2020 tonight.
A lot of people think that hosting a show like Wheel of Fortune is nothing but fun and games.
It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it.
Tonight at 7:30, right here on ABC 7.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Would you act like your dog for a Klondike bar?
Him? No, thanks.
We interrupt this Klondike temptation for big news. Introducing the Klondike Big Bear Cone. We start with a Klondike Crispy Cone. Add rich, delicious chocolate covering a mountain of luscious Klondike ice cream. Topped with munchy, crunchy peanuts. The Klondike Big Bear Cone. Think big.
Now what would you do for a Klondike cone?
The Police Protective League calls Villaraigosa's attacks false. The LA Times reports Villaraigosa repeatedly voted against Jim Hahn's tough anti-gang law, and Villaraigosa's MTA plan will take police off the streets. You can't trust Antonio Villaraigosa.
ABC 7 wants you to go extreme this Saturday at the Mervyn's Beach Bash pre-event. Stunt bikes, inline, and skateboarding. Get in on all the action. Come out to the Mervyn's parking lot at the Galleria Mall at South Bay. The Soul Bowl's waiting for you. Battle for LA, the final mayoral debate, Thursday at 8 on ABC 7.
This is Jeopardy! Today's contestants are a psychology professor from Los Angeles, California, Steve Engel. An investment advisor, originally from Andover, Massachusetts, Liz Mikulski. And our returning champion, a high school history teacher from Evanston, Illinois, Carl Brownell, whose one-day cash winnings total $3,000. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Hey, Johnny. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Carl became champion yesterday. Didn't win a lot of money, but remember that he was in a distant third position going into Final Jeopardy. His two opponents had about $4,000 more than he had. Could make up for that today, though, by winning again and taking home a lot of cash. But Liz and Steve have been selected at random as his opponents, and we'll see how they fare. Good luck. Here comes the Jeopardy round. Categories are Science and Nature, Hard Rock Cafe. We have a novel category. Remember 1989? Rhymes with rhyme. And finally, we'll engage in a little bit of gaming. Carl, start us off.
Hard Rock Cafe for $100.
These rockers conquered the world with albums like High Voltage, Highway to Hell, and Back in Black. Carl.
What is AC/DC?
You got it.
Hard Rock for $200.
At number 4, this Robert Plant band's highest charting U.S. hit was 1969's Whole Lotta Love. Carl again.
What is Led Zeppelin?
Right.
Hard Rock 300.
On the Michael Jackson hit Beat It, this virtuoso lead guitarist played a solo. Carl?
Who is Van Halen?
Eddie Van Halen, right.
Hard Rock 400.
Take a look. In the 1970s, the man seen here fronted this colorful rock band. Liz?
Who's Ozzy Osbourne?
No. Carl?
What is Black Sabbath?
Yes, the photo was Ozzy, of course, but we were going for the band. Carl?
Hard Rock for $500.
Known best for Rock You Like a Hurricane, this metal band cut an album in 2000 with the Berlin Philharmonic. Liz?
What are the Scorpions?
That's it. You're on the plus side.
Remember 1989 for 100, please.
Based on a comic book and a campy 60s TV show, this movie was an immense hit in 1989. Carl?
What is Batman?
Batman, yes.
89 for $200.
Attracting widespread media coverage, this star of the Queen of Outer Space slapped a cop. Carl?
Who is Gabor?
Be more specific.
Zsa Zsa Gabor?
Yeah, she's the one of the sisters, yes.
89 300.
Playing for the Texas Rangers, this man became the first pitcher to strike out 5,000 batters. Steve?
Who is Nolan Ryan?
Right.
Remember 1989 for $400, please.
Echoing sports cars of the past, Mazda introduced this two-seat roadster. Steve?
What is the Miata?
Yes.
89 for $500, please.
In 1989, this Japanese corporation bought Columbia Pictures for $3.4 billion. Carl?
What is Sony?
Sony, our parent company.
Gaming for $100.
One story credits 17th century mathematician Blaise Pascal with the invention of this ball and wheel game. Steve?
What is roulette?
Right.
Gaming for $200.
Hazard is a centuries-old game using these. which Einstein thought God doesn't play with? Steve?
What is dice?
Yes.
What are dice? Gaming for 300.
Wild fruit bars and jackpot party are popular types of these machines. Steve?
What are slot machines?
You got it.
Gaming 400.
Aussie mogul Kerry Packer reportedly lost $15 million in a weekend at this game that includes a banker. Liz?
Was blackjack?
No. Carl?
What is Baccarat?
That's it.
Gaming 500.
Caesar's Palace historians tell us this game, with numbers marked on a ticket, helped fund the Great Wall of China. Liz?
What is mahjong?
No. Steve?
What is a lottery?
No. Carl?
What is Keno?
Keno, that's the game, and that takes you to 2,700. You're in the lead. Liz has minus 800, Steve has plus 800, and we're going to take a break. We'll come back in a moment.
The Memorial Day sale is going on now at Robinson's May. Find the lowest prices of the season on Sealy, Simmons, Serta, and Spring Air mattresses, starting as low as $37.99 twin each piece. Buy special premium sets and get a free bed frame, mattress pad, or sheet set, plus setup and removal of your old mattress. Buy now, no payments till September.
This is where it all starts. This is where it gets good.
The Robinson's May Memorial Day sale.
Hey, you want to see a relationship grow? Maybe it's time to water the kids. Hey, Mom and Dad, get your coupon for $19.99. All-day general admission to Raging Waters San Dimas at participating Arby's.
No matter how you like to entertain, formal holiday celebrations, casual buffets, or intimate little get-togethers, Honey Baked has many sides to fit any personality. Though we're famous for our fabulous Honey Baked ham, there's even more to love. What's more, the goodness and ease of Honey Baked guarantees you'll enjoy the occasion as much as your guests. Just stop into your nearest Honey Baked ham store.
Mr. and Mrs. Caruso, your son's fine. Somehow he managed to jam a quarter up his nose. We were able to get it out. You can see him now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Say hello to Coinstar. You give us coins, we give you cash.
Today's third-place contestant will receive a $1,000 shopping spree for movies, music, electronics, games, and more, courtesy of the Sony card. Start turning your spending into everything entertaining with the Sony card from Citibank, the official currency of playtime. Today's second-place contestant will receive a trip for two to the magical island of Singapore from Priceline.com, where you can name your own price and save on airline tickets, hotel rooms, rental cars, and more. Only at Priceline.com. And now, once again, here's Al.
Steve Engel is a psychology professor from Los Angeles who has had his brain scanned over 100 times in an MRI machine. Now, Steve, I mean no disrespect, but why so often? Couldn't the machine find the brain on all those early shots?
Well, it did take a little trying, but no, that's my research, Alex. I use the MRI machine to look at people's brains and figure out what part of the brain does what sort of thing.
Could you scan my brain and figure out what parts are not working? Because there are an awful lot of them these days.
We'd love to. You should come on down.
Okay, I love that kind of an invitation. Liz Bukolski, originally from Andover, Massachusetts, an investment advisor who once helped guard the Colosseum in Rome. What's all that about?
Well, I was a student in Rome in college, spending my junior year abroad, and my friends and I were out walking. We were living near the Colosseum, and we met some Italian policemen who I think were bored and thought we were cute, maybe, or something, and said, will you come with us regarding the Colosseum? We went and hung out with them in front of the Colosseum and helped them guard it.
Oh, those Roman policemen, yes. Carl Brownell is our champ. He's a high school history teacher from Evanston, Illinois. And no matter what the weather, you ride a bicycle to work. Now, Evanston, Illinois, if my memory serves correctly, gets pretty cold in the winter.
Yeah, it gets real cold, but
you ride a bicycle.
You bundle up, and even with the wind chill, you can do it.
Yeah. One of my bad experiences as a delivery boy when I was a kid and the weather was bad and I was pedaling like mad up this giant hill, I put my head down to cut into the wind and I drove right into a parked car. You did the same thing, didn't you?
Yeah, once I was trying to read a map and, was trying to figure where I was going, and I spent too long looking at the map and not looking at where I was riding into. And
feel pretty stupid when that happens.
Yeah, especially because I cracked the frame of the bike, so I then couldn't keep riding.
I bent the fork of the bike and had to walk it home 5 feet at a time because it kept wanting to go to the left. Let's get back into this game, Carl. You have control of the board. Make the selection.
Novel category for 100.
The answer there is Elias Canetti's Die Blendung has been published in English under the biblical title, The Tower of This. Carl.
What is Babel?
That's right.
Novel for 200.
This Don Quixote author wrote his first novel, La Galatea, in 1585. Carl again.
What is Cervantes?
Yes.
Novel for 300.
The Plum in the Golden Vase, a novel known for its eroticism, was written at the time of this Chinese dynasty. That would be the Ming Dynasty. Carl, back to you.
Novel for 400.
The 1803 book, Thaddeus of This Polish City, is called one of the first historical novels. Carl.
What is Warsaw?
Right.
Novel for 500.
A relative of Chilean President Salvador Allende. She wrote the luminous novel, Eva Luna. Carl.
Who is Isabel Allende?
That's it.
I'll take Rhymes with Rhyme for 100, please.
Unlawful activity. Steve.
What is crime?
Right.
Science and nature for 100, please.
About 1/1,000,000th as bright as our sun, these small red stars are also known as flare stars. Steve.
What is a red dwarf?
Dwarf, yes.
200 in science and nature, please.
The mud eel is not really an eel, but a species of this tailed amphibian. Carl.
Well, what is a salamander?
Correct.
Rhymes with Rhyme for 200.
Sound of a bell. Carl.
What is chime?
Right.
Rhyme for 300.
Slug and snail residue. Yuck. Carl.
What is slime?
Yes.
Rhyme for 400.
A Canadian coin. Steve.
What is a dime?
A dime, same as in the United States, yes.
Science and nature for 300.
Answer. Of these 6 simple machines in physics, this one uses a spiral inclined plane. Steve.
What is a screw, Alex?
Right.
Can I have science and nature for 400?
Certainly, and it's the Daily Double. And Steve, before I ask you to make a wager, I have good news for you. Our judges have changed their ruling from a little while ago, and we've decided that we are going to accept lottery as well as Keno. And so you have $2,700 to risk on this Daily Double.
I'll bet it all, Alex.
Oh, hello. For first place, then, here is the clue in science and nature. The name of this alpine flower is German for noble white.
What is Edelweiss?
That's it. And you have the lead.
Science and nature for 500, please.
All 6 noble gases were discovered on Earth between 1894 and 1900. This one, symbol Rn, was the last. Steve.
What is radon?
That's it.
And last clue, rhymes with rhymes for 500.
First in degree or rank. Steve.
What is prime?
That's it. That takes you to 6,400. You're in first place. Liz in third. She picks first in Double Jeopardy. We'll start that round in a moment.
Surprise! What's your favorite Entenmann's?
Oh, we love the rich frosted donuts.
Ooh, we love these soft-baked chocolate chip cookies.
Look, you guys talk this over. I'll just hang out. You know you gotta love them. Chocolatey and moist. Guys, come on. Cookies, donuts. It's about love.
You want a donut?
Cookie.
Yeah. This part makes me cry. Entenmann's, what's your favorite?
Circuit City presents the perfect gift. Step 1, find it. Come in and explore the possibilities, from digital cameras and broadband modems to wireless phones and satellite systems. Step 2, love it. Plug it in, turn it on, push the buttons and ask questions. That's why we're here. Step 3, give it. Share the moment, make their day, and remember the smiles. For gifts that are unexpected and on the mark, Circuit City. Find it, love it, give it.
So I can order HBO, right? Yes, sir. Actually, 7 of them. So it's got a pretty clear picture then? 100% digital quality. Football? Up to 13 NFL games every Sunday if you want them. I love you. I know, sir.
Now get free professional installation when you buy a DirecTV system and sign up for any DirecTV programming package.
Hi.
Some travel accommodations provided by Priceline.com. Millions of people have discovered Priceline.com, where now you can name your own price for a new car. Log on to Priceline.com and name your own price today.
All right, here we go. Double Jeopardy time. 2 daily doubles awaiting us in these categories. First, we have drama and dramatists. Next, we have some capital punishment. It's all about capitals, but we hope it's not punishment. The Russians are coming. Nestle's, country music, and words from Chinese. Liz, start us off.
I'll take capital punishment for 200, please.
All right, first clue. Monrovia. Carl.
What is Liberia?
That's right.
Capital 400.
Kinshasa. Steve.
What is Congo?
Yes.
Capital 600.
Muscat. That's the capital of Oman. Back to you, Steve.
Capitals for 800.
Dakar. Carl.
What is Senegal?
Yes.
Capital for 1,000.
Central America's Belmopan. That's the capital of Belize. Carl, back to you.
Nestle's 200, please.
Nestle's began making this in 1904. They claim to make the very best of it. Liz.
What is cocoa?
No. Carl.
What is chocolate?
Chocolate, yes.
Nestle's 400.
On Nestle's brand list, one of the 2 mineral waters filed under the letter P. Steve.
What is Perrier?
Yes, Poland Spring is the other.
Drama and dramatists for 200.
As a music critic, this playwright signed his essays first as Corno di Bassetto, then as GBS. That would be George Bernard Shaw. Steve, go again.
Drama for 400.
In 1622, this French comedic playwright was born, Jean-Baptiste Poquelin, in Paris. Carl.
Who is Voltaire?
No. Steve.
Who is Molière?
Molière, yes.
Drama and dramatists for 600, please.
This 1961 Tennessee Williams play takes place at the Costa Verde, a small Mexican hotel on a jungle-covered hilltop. Carl.
What is A Night of the Iguana?
Yes.
I'll take the drama and dramatist 800.
Answer? Daily double? You trail Steve by 1,600.
I'll risk 1,500.
Okay, that'll put you close. Here comes the clue. From 1851 to 1857, he served as writer-manager of the Norwegian Theater in Bergen.
Who is Ibsen?
Yes.
Drama and dramatist 1,000.
In this Chekhov play, a merchant buys Madame Ranievsky's estate and plans to cut down its trees. Steve.
What is the cherry orchard?
Hence the title of the play, right.
Let's go with The Russians Are Coming for 200.
This leader, in power from 1917 to 1924, founded Russia's Communist Party and the Soviet state. Steve.
Who is Lenin?
Right.
Russians for 400.
Take a look. Seen here, she's made a name for herself on and off the tennis court. Carl.
Who is Kournikova?
Anna Kournikova is right.
Russians 600.
Court jeweler to Alexander III and Nicholas II, he was famous for his beautifully crafted eggs. Steve.
Who is Fabergé?
Right.
Russians for 800.
A ballet by this composer features the piece heard here. Listen to it. Carl.
Who is Tchaikovsky?
Tchaikovsky, the Russian dance, correct.
Russians for 1,000.
This Russian poet and author of the drama Boris Godunov died from wounds suffered in a duel in 1837. Carl.
Who is Pasternak?
No. Liz or Steve? Correct response. Who is Alexander Pushkin? Pushkin. Wrong century for Pasternak, Carl.
Nestle's for 600, please.
Answer. Nestle's first non-milk product was an instant form of this in 1938. Came up with Nescafe, instant coffee. Carl?
Nestle's for 800.
In 1985, Nestle's bloomed when it acquired this American maker of evaporated milk from contented cows. Steve?
Who is Borden?
No. Liz?
What is Carnation?
Yes.
Nestle's for 1,000, please.
Henri Nestlé began his company in this country in the 1860s, selling a cow's milk food for babies. Liz.
What is Switzerland?
Yes.
Words from Chinese for 200, please.
Great wind, a tropical cyclone. Carl.
What is a monsoon?
No. Liz or Steve? What is a typhoon? Liz, back to you.
Words from Chinese for 400, please.
The name of this game, played with 144 tiles, comes from a Chinese word meaning sparrows. Steve.
What is mahjong?
That's right.
Words from Chinese for 600.
Take a look. It's this sand fur dog variety seen here. Liz?
What's a Shar-Pei?
Correct.
Words from Chinese for 800, please.
Answer there. A daily double. About a minute to go, Liz.
I'll bet 400, please, Alex.
All right, here comes the clue in words from Chinese. Man herb, an aromatic root used medicinally.
What is ginger?
Oh, no, but I thought you were on the right track. It's ginseng.
Oh,
ginseng, because the root looks like a man. It has the shape of a man. You're at 1,000. Go again.
Words from Chinese for 1,000, please.
Take a look. Gold orange fruit, seen here. Steve.
What is a kumquat?
Correct.
Country music for 200.
The originator of the Bakersfield sound. He once referred to himself in song as Old Buck. Carl.
Who is Buck Owens?
Yes.
Country music 400.
Country music fans often tune into TNN, which now stands for the National Network, but used to stand for this. Carl.
What is the Nashville Network?
Right.
Country music 600.
In the 1970s, this singer from Butcher Holler teamed with Conway Twitty for 5 #1 hits. Carl.
Who is Dolly Parton?
No. Liz or Steve? Loretta Lynn was from Butcher Holler. 2 more clues up there. Which one, Carl?
Country music 800.
November 28th, 1925 marked the debut of this station's barn dance, which later became the Grand Ole Opry. Station was WSM, and now the last clue for 1,000 will remain hidden today. We have Carl at 7,500, Liz at 1,000, and Steve in the lead with 10,000. Let's take a look at the final Jeopardy category together. International stars. We'll have a clue about that in a moment.
This business is a lot like a marriage. With a little work and a lot of love, we've made this place a success together. And that's what partnerships are about, right? I need to be there for each other, no matter what. Of course, I supported him when he asked his doctor about Viagra. I'm proud of him because he did it for us.
Ask your doctor about a free sample and call us toll-free to find out how Viagra can work best for you.
Feel free to get close, because a bladder control issue doesn't have to control you. Serenity Thin is made to do what a maxi pad can't. It's thinner and drier than the leading maxi. Serenity Thin, more confidence, more comfort, more you.
There have been a lot of headaches in this house, but only one headache medicine, Tylenol, the #1 choice of doctors for headaches. Because sometimes the difference between noise and music is all in your head.
Jeopardy will be in Washington, D.C. in June, interviewing contestants for our regular shows. We will also hold interviews for kids 10 to 12. If you want to try out for either, send a postcard with your name, address, phone, age, and date of birth to Jeopardy, Washington, D.C., Post Office Box 981, Culver City, California, 90232, or register at our website, jeopardy.com.
Tonight,
Hello, paradise.
it's a Sabrina movie adventure.
Is this the most incredible experience you've ever had?
And she's got Australia under her spell.
I got legs and 48 hours to use them.
Let's go.
Melissa Joan Hart in Sabrina Down Under, tonight 8/7 Central on ABC.
Americans enslaved, tortured. They blame big-name Japanese companies who say they didn't do it. But are they linked to a horrible past? I don't know. 2020, tonight.
Is there a difference between a
a couch and a sofa?
Wix Furniture has this incredible selection. Whatever you're into.
I mean, is a sofa more educated than a couch?
It's Wix Furniture's big Memorial Day weekend store-wide sale, featuring Wix Lazy Boy collection. Plus, put no money down with no monthly payments and no finance charges due for 15 months with a Wix charge. That's 15 months.
Does the sofa really look at the couch and go, I'm better than you, I'm a sofa, I'm more European?
It's LA's worst police scandal. Yet 3 years before it burst onto the front pages, Councilman Mike Feuer was privately warned about Rampart. He could have blown the whistle. Instead, Feuer did nothing. The cost, over $100 million and counting, not for our schools or neighborhoods, but court settlements. Rocky Delgadillo is backed by police, prosecutors, Sheriff Lee Baca and Mayor Reardon. He'll fight for taxpayers and a safer LA. Rocky Delgadillo for city attorney.
Atlantis is waiting for you, and ABC7 and McDonald's want you to see the movie, then experience Disney's California Adventure Park. To win, send a postcard right here to ABC7.
Closed captioning sponsored in part by...
When I drive with this little guy, I drive with confidence because I trust my brakes to Meineke.
At Meineke, you'll get a lot, but you won't pay a lot.
International stars. That's our final Jeopardy category. Here's the clue. Since 1978, the city of Paris has funded his École Internationale de Mimodrame de Paris. And you have 30 seconds to come up with his name. Good luck. Liz, I worried about you for a while there in Double Jeopardy until you got yourself out of the hole, and you did well. Let's see if you came up with the correct response. Who is Marcel Marceau? Yes, the master of mime. But you didn't risk anything, so your score remains intact at 1,000. Let's go to our champ now, Carl Brownell. He had 7,500. Do we have Marcel Marceau there? Yes. His wager, everything. He's in the lead with 15,000. Let's go to Steve Engel. Did he come up with Marcel Marceau? Yes. If he risked more than 5,000, oh, look at that, 5,001. He will become and is the new Jeopardy champion. $15,001. Way to go. Great game, players. Thank you all. Enjoy the weekend. You too. Come see us again next week on Jeopardy. So long.
Promotional consideration provided by...
I want my family to eat healthy. They want great taste. That's why I only use Eggland's Best Eggs.
Eggland's Best has it all.
Mmm, so good.
Deep muscle pain. Now you feel it. Now you won't. Absorbing Junior Pain Relieving Patch. Outlast your pain.
If you drink coffee or if you smoke, stains on your teeth could be this bad. But brush with Plus White and look, stains are gone. Plus White removes stains, whitens teeth, fast.
Why struggle down glasses of powdered fiber for regularity? Try refreshing glasses of water with FiberCon tablets.
They work as well as powder.
FiberCon, refreshingly easier to take.
Ouch! Stop shaving your legs. Switch to the Hair Off Mitten. It buffs away hair fast and easy. No nicks, no cuts. Leaves your legs silky smooth. A Hair Off Mitten sure beats shaving.
From Jennifer Convertibles and Jennifer Leather, it's no interest, no payments, no down payment for 1 year. Call 1-800-JENNIFER.
Smith's nailed perps on NYPD Blue. He defended them as Victor Cifuentes on this show. Gene.
What is LA law?
Right again.
I'll have law for 200, please.
Before becoming a man named Brady, he starred as a lawyer named Preston on The Defenders. Gene.
Who is Reed?
Robert Reed, yes.
I'll have law for 300, please.
And hey, let's be careful out there. Ended roll call on this 80s cop show. Chris.
What is Hill Street Blues?
That's right.
50 years ago for 100.
This lovable sitcom premiered on October 15th, 1951. Gene.
What is I Love Lucy?
Correct.
I'll have law for 400, please.
We wonder if Paul Michael Glazer and David Soul will hook up again as these TV cops. Word is, Huggy Bear wonders too. Chris?
What is Starsky and Hutch?
That's it.
50 years ago for 200, please.
On March 14th, 1951, UN forces recaptured this capital city. Chris?
What is Seoul?
That's it.
50 years ago for 300, please.
Answer, Daily Double. And you're in the lead right now, Chris, with 900.
I'd like to wager 600, please, Alex.
All right, for 1,500 as your total, if you're right, here is the clue. With the collapse of the Labor government in 1951, this man again became Prime Minister of Great Britain.
Who is Churchill?
You're right. Lois, go again.
50 years ago for 400, please.
This country legend's Cold, Cold Heart hit #1 on the country charts on March 17th, 1951. That was the late, great Hank Williams. Chris, we come back to you. Do you want to wrap up the category?
Yes, please. 50
All right,
years
last clue in the column. After 6 years of U.S. military government, this nation started to gain autonomy again in 1951. Chris?
What is Germany?
No. Steve?
What is Japan?
That's right. You're on the board, tied for second place. Select again.
Communication for 200, please.
It was the R in the FRC, which was created in 1927 and evolved into the FCC. Gene?
What is radio?
Radio, right.
I'll take law for 500, please.
Before the Naked Gun shot onto the silver screen, he played Detective Frank Drebin on TV in Police Squad. Chris?
Who is Nielsen?
Leslie Nielsen, yes.
And for 100, please.
We think it's a conspiracy that she hasn't won an Emmy every year she's played FBI agent Dana Scully. Gene?
Who is Gillian Anderson?
That's it.
I'll take order for 100, please.
Presidents: James Polk, James Madison, Abraham Lincoln. Chris?
What is Madison, Polk, and Lincoln?
You are correct, and that takes you up to 1,600. You have twice as much money as your nearest opponent. That's Gene. And our champion, Steve, on the board now with 500. And it's time for us to take our first break. We'll do that.
The ultimate California experience is Mervyn's Beach Bash. Come out to Hermosa Beach June 7th through the 10th and get in on all the action. Pass, set, spike, dig in, and have fun watching the best of beach volleyball. Then, go extreme at the one-of-a-kind Soul Bowl with stunt bikes, inline, and skateboarding. And that's not all. You'll be jamming all day long with today's hottest musical acts. Don't miss out. ABC7 looks forward to seeing you at Mervyn's Beach Bash. Fun in the sun is waiting for you.
Whoa. Will seems different. We just heard what he did this weekend. He went whitewater rafting. Yeah. He hung with major celebrities. A parade gave him some new moves. His entire family went soaring over California. Cool.
It's all the fun, all the adventures of California, as only Disney could do it. Are you mouse enough?
I heard you've done this before. Twice.
This summer, head on over to Disney's California Adventure.
Mr. and Mrs. Caruso, your son's fine. Somehow he managed to jam a quarter up his nose. We were able to get it out.
Oh.
You can see him now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Say hello to Coinstar. You give us coins, we give you cash.
Turkey and white, extra Best Foods.
Thank you.
When was the last time you tasted what Best Foods mayonnaise does to a sandwich? Really tasted what Best Foods does to turkey or tuna?
How long are you gonna be here?
You almost finished?
In a minute.
How Best Foods makes everything one delicious delight.
I think he's finished.
Check.
Another sandwich, please.
Why eat and run? Take the time to taste the Best Foods.
Thank you.
Take your time.
Bring out the Best Foods. Bring out the best.
Today's third-place contestant will receive a Borders gift card. Use it for music, movies, books, or in the cafe. Enjoy browsing through their vast selection at a store near you, or shop online at Borders.com. For today's second place contestant, we'll fly you and a guest to Costa Rica, where you'll board the Temptress, the unique eco-adventure cruise on Costa Rica's Pacific coast. Explore lush tropical rainforests, bask on the beaches, swim in the ocean. Temptress Adventure Cruises. And once again, here's that.
Thanks, Johnny. Chris Weeder is a graduate student from Salem, Virginia. And it says here you've already played against 15 Jeopardy contestants.
That's correct, Alex. I've played Quiz Bowl in both high school and college and had the fortune, or perhaps the misfortune, to play against teams that went on to win national champions. So it's only inevitable those players
Now,
end
how
up
did you do, though, against some of these former Jeopardy players? Did you hold your own, do okay?
I guess that would depend on who you ask.
I see, but you're here now. You took our contestant test, you passed it, and who knows, you may enjoy the same kind of success that they did.
I hope so.
All right. Gene Lucchese is from Hartsdale, New York. Says here you were camping in the Badlands. You wanted to follow the directions and stake down the corners of your tent that you and your husband were camping out in.
That's right, Alex.
He said it wasn't necessary?
He said it's totally unnecessary.
Oh, yeah?
And at that point, a huge gust of wind came up and lifted up the tent, rolled over about 4 times, headed toward the river. And, well, I told him so. We then staked down the tent.
So you've got one up on him.
At least one.
He owes you big time. Steve Engel is our champion. Says here when he got down on his knee to propose to his lady, she had an unexpected response?
Yeah, well, I was in a restaurant and I got down on my knees, and before I could even ask the question, my wife looked at me and said, "What are you doing down there?" And everyone in the restaurant looked at us, and luckily it all ended well. She said yes by the time I got the question out.
Good for you. Let's get back to this. Chris, you have control of the board right now, so make the selection.
Order for 200.
Love Me Do, We Can Work It Out, Get Back. Steve.
What is Love Me Do, We Can Work It Out, Get Back?
Yes, that's right.
Order for 300.
On screen, E.T., X-Men, M. Chris.
What is M.E.T. X-Men?
Right.
Order for 400.
Joe DiMaggio, Shoeless Joe Jackson, Jose Canseco. Gene.
Who is Shoeless Joe, Joe DiMaggio, and Canseco?
That's right.
I'll have and for 200, please.
It's the first symbol in the censored word blankety, 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 blank. Gene?
What is ampersand?
Correct.
I'll have and for 300, please.
He was the Roman slave who removed a thorn from a big cat's paw, and we ain't lying. Gene.
Who is Androcles?
Right.
And for 4.
Name of a princess of myth, a constellation, and a new Gene Roddenberry sci-fi show. Steve.
What is Andromeda?
Right.
And for 500.
He's the only man to win the Daytona 500, Indy 500, and a Formula One World Championship. Steve.
Who is Andretti?
Mario Andretti, correct.
Order for 500, please.
Spanish Civil War, U.S. Civil War, English Civil War. Steve.
What is English Civil War, U.S. Civil War, Spanish Civil War?
That's right.
Former capitals for 100.
Tucson, 1867 to 1877. Steve.
What is Arizona?
Yes.
Former capitals for 200.
Savannah, 1777, 1778. Steve.
What is Georgia?
Yes, minute to go.
Former capitals for 300.
Wheeling, 1863 to 1870, and 1875 to 1885. Gene.
What is West Virginia?
Correct.
Former capitals for 4.
Sitka, 1867 to 1900. Chris.
What is Alaska?
Right.
Former capitals for 500.
Guthrie, 1890 to 1910. Chris.
What is Oklahoma?
You got it.
Communication for 3.
2-word theatrical term for the way I'm reading this clue. Chris.
What is sotto voce?
No. Gene?
What is a stage whisper?
Stage whisper. That's the theatrical term. Correct.
400, please.
Seen here, it survived mainly as a written language for 1,700 years of its history. Steve?
What is Hebrew?
That's right.
Communication for 500.
The antique hearing aid seen here was known as an ear one of these instruments.
What is...
Steve?
What is a trumpet?
Ear trumpet, that's right. And that takes you to 3,300. You're in the lead. You started slowly, but you're in first place right now. Chris and Gene close to each other, but Gene, you pick first in Double Jeopardy. When we come back, right after this.
100% pure. Absolutely perfect. Tropicana Pure Premium Grove Stand is made from only fresh oranges, never from concentrate. It's as close as you can get to the orange. Always has been. Always will be. Peel yourself a glass of Tropicana Pure Premium.
Hi, Tom Bodette. When did you see the light?
Oh, going over to Phoenix. We wanted to rest up for the game, and suddenly it was so clear. Motel 6. I think it's great.
Well, you gotta call them like you see them. Call us and see the light for yourself. Hi, Tom Bodette. When did you see the light?
On our mother-daughter bonding trip. We thought, hey, Motel 6, great rooms, great price, and we can spend more quality time together. Right, sweetie? Pumpkin?
Aw, call us and see the light for yourself.
You know you make me wanna kick my heels up, throw my hands up, throw my head back. Come on now, wait a minute. You know you make me wanna.
Catch the excitement of thoroughbred racing at Hollywood Park now through July 16th, or watch and wager at your local Southern California satellite wagering facility.
Some travel accommodations provided by Priceline.com, where you name your own price and save on airline tickets, hotel rooms, rental cars, and more, only at Priceline.com.
Well, if today's game is any indication, we're in for a good week. All three players off to a great start as we move into Double Jeopardy time. And here are the categories. Asian Lit, Asian Literature. Classical Musicians. Presidential Soldiers. We'll list wars. You have to name the president who served in all of the wars we will list. Travel and Tourism comes next, followed by animal, O-U, in quotation marks. Each correct response will contain those two letters. And finally, 5-syllable words. Jean, you go first.
5-syllable words for 2, please.
Part of anthropology. It's the study of the remains of past societies. Steve.
What is archaeology?
Yes.
Classical musicians for 200.
This composer, George Sand's lover, was nicknamed the Ariel of the piano. Chris.
Who is Chopin?
Yes.
Classical musicians for 4.
The 1816 premiere of his Barbiere di Siviglia, which he conducted, was one of the most famous fiascos of operatic history. Steve.
Who is Puccini?
No. Jean.
Who is Rossini?
Rossini, yes.
I'll take 5-syllable words for 4, please.
Term for a zone from which Army installations and operations are prohibited. Steve.
What is demilitarized?
Correct.
Classical musicians, 600.
From 1903 on, Igor Stravinsky studied privately with this composer of Scheherazade. Chris.
Who is Rimsky-Korsakov?
That's it.
Presidential Soldiers for 200, please.
World War I, World War II. Chris.
Who is Eisenhower?
Yes.
Presidential Soldiers for 400.
The Spanish-American War. Steve.
Who is Teddy Roosevelt?
Correct.
Presidential Soldiers, 600.
The Mexican War, the Civil War. Steve.
Who is Grant?
Right.
Presidential Soldiers for 800.
Answer. Daily double. And you're in the lead with a margin of $1,000 over Chris.
3,000, please, Alex.
All right, here comes the clue in Presidential Soldiers. Revolutionary War, Creek War, War of 1812, First Seminole War.
Who is Andrew Jackson?
Hey, well done. You got it.
Presidential Soldiers for 1,000.
War of 1812, Second Seminole War, Black Hawk War, Mexican War. Chris.
Who is Taylor?
Zachary Taylor. That's right for 1,000.
5-syllable words for 600.
It's what happens to film that's in the light too long, or a celebrity who's in the limelight too long. Steve.
What is overexposed?
No, sorry. Chris?
What is overexposure?
Overexposure. Yes, we needed that syllable. Chris, go again.
Animal for 200, please.
Answer. The brook type of this fish is often considered better eating than the larger rainbow. Steve?
What is a trout?
Yeah.
5-syllable words for 800.
Nat King Cole sang this. That's what you are, though near or far. Chris?
What is unforgettable?
That's it.
5-syllable words for 1,000, please.
From the Latin for witness, these ads may use celebrities or regular folks to sing a product's praises. Jean.
What is testimonial?
Yes.
I'll take ooh animal for 4, please.
Take a look. Quick, it's the breed of dog seen here. Steve.
What is a greyhound?
Yes.
Ooh animal for 600, please.
America's second largest wild cat, or a car from Mercury. Steve.
What is cougar?
Right.
Ooh animals for 800.
Take a look. Talk about filling the bill. Look at the one on this bird seen here. Jean.
What is a toucan?
That's right.
I'll take ooh animal for 1,000, please.
Answer there, the other daily double. You know what? If you risked it all and responded correctly, you'd be in first place.
That's true, Alex, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I will risk 1,500, please.
All right. You'll be in second place if you're right. Here's the clue. It's America's equivalent of the European reindeer.
What is a caribou?
Caribou, yes. Go again.
Travel and tourism for 2.
Statue of Liberty National Monument includes Liberty Island and the former immigration station on this island. Steve.
What is Ellis Island?
That's right.
Classical musicians, 800, please.
In 1853, Schumann noted in his diary meeting this composer and called him a genius. He met Johannes Brahms. Steve, back to you.
Classical musicians for 1,000.
In 1821, at age 12, this Jewish-born German composer met Goethe, who was impressed with the boy. Steve.
Who is Mendelssohn?
That's right.
Travel and tourism for 400.
St. Mark's Cathedral in this city was once the private palace chapel of the Doges. Jean.
What is Venice?
Yes.
Travel and tourism for 6.
In 1997, this library, which has 2 copies of the Magna Carta, moved to the St. Pancras area of London. And that is the British Library. Less than a minute to go, Jean.
800 travel and tourism.
The Rio de Janeiro airport was recently named for this girl from Ipanema composer. Chris.
Who is Gilberto?
No. You're thinking of Astrid Gilberto, who sang the music of Antonio Carlos Jobim. Back to you, Jean.
1,000 travel and tourism, please.
A skyway connects the world's tallest buildings, the Petronas Towers, in this Malaysian capital. Jean.
What is Kuala Lumpur?
Good for 1,000.
Asian lit for 2, please.
Nguyen Du's Kim Van Q, adapted from a Chinese novel, is one of this country's best-loved poems. Jean.
Vietnam. What is Vietnam?
That's it.
400, please.
In the Chinese play, The Palace of Eternal Youth, lovers are reunited on this heavenly body. Steve.
What is the moon?
Right.
Asian.
Oh, we won't have a chance for those last few clues, but we've got some very impressive scores. Chris on the board with 5,100. Jean in second place with 7,600, and Steve in the lead with 9,700. Sounds like a big payday for one of the 3 as we consider Final Jeopardy with this category. National Historic Sites. Clue coming up in a moment.
Years ago, we introduced OsteoBiflex, a nutritional supplement that works overtime to repair cartilage and help keep your joints healthy and flexible. Maybe you've heard of it, or maybe you haven't. OsteoBiflex, the leading source in joint health. Repair, rebuild, renew.
We rescued this old boat years ago. It's how we planned to spend our retirement. Then I had a heart attack. I worried we'd never set sail. Turns out my cholesterol was high.
How will you take care of your high cholesterol and heart disease?
I began exercising and eating better, but it was still too high. So I asked my doctor about adding Zocor. He told me Zocor, along with diet, can really get your cholesterol down. And Zocor is proven to reduce the risk of a heart attack among people with high cholesterol and heart disease. Now my cholesterol is right where it should be.
Zocor is a prescription medication and is not for everyone, including women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant, or people with liver problems. Your doctor may do blood tests to check for liver problems. Because serious side effects can result, tell your doctor about any muscle pain or weakness you experience and about any medicines you are taking. For more information about Zocor, talk to your doctor.
Do it for yourself. It's your future. Be there.
Jeopardy will be interviewing contestants in Los Angeles in July for our kids tournaments. Kids need to be 10, 11, or 12. If you want to try out, send a postcard with your name, address, phone, age, and date of birth to Jeopardy Los Angeles Kids, Post Office Box 843, Culver City, California 90232, or register at our website, jeopardy.com.
Every once in a while, a show comes along that makes you say, ouch! Nincompoop-orama tonight, 8/7 Central.
Here on ABC.
Shaq, Britney Spears, Rod Stewart, Nelly, Enya, and the Backstreet Boys all want to know.
Are you guys ready? I said, are you ready?
Cisco and Carmen Electra host the 2001 World Music Awards with an exclusive Ricky Martin-Christina Aguilera duet. Tonight, 9/8 Central on ABC.
Pay no enrollment fee and get 6 months free. Call 1-800-204-2400. It's the way we make you feel.
Okay, so you're set up with total choice programming, and sir, I also hooked up the NFL Sunday ticket subscription you signed up for.
That's for her.
Oh, so you've also got Fox Sports Net. You get your regional sports.
College basketball?
ESPN Full Court.
What about racing?
Horses.
Stock cars.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now get free professional installation when you buy a DirecTV system and sign up for any DirecTV programming package.
The spicy chicken sandwich. Don't bother me. I'm eating. Only 99 cents at Carl's Jr.
Hey, LA, watch Wheel.
Tonight at 7:30 here on ABC 7.
Closed captioning sponsored in part by...
When I drive with this little guy, I drive with confidence because I trust my brakes to Meineke.
At Meineke, you'll get a lot, but you won't pay a lot.
National Historic Sites, the category. Here comes the clue. This National Historic Site was reopened as a theater in 1968 after 103 years. Good luck, players. You have 30 seconds. We're going to work our way up the line, and we'll start with you, Chris. Did you come up with the correct response? Let's take a look. What is Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C., the site of Lincoln's assassination? You're correct. Your wager was $4,700. You are now in the lead with $9,800 as we go to Jean. She had $7,600. Ford's Theater there? Yes. Her wager, $7,599. She's in the lead. $15,199 as we come to Steve Engel. His response was Forbes Theater. It'll cost you how much? $6,000. You're going to end in third place. But Jean Lucchese, congratulations. You are the new Jeopardy champion. And as I said earlier, a big payday today, $15,199. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for tuning us in. So long, everybody.
Promotional consideration provided by...
Hey, with all you have going on, who has time to clean? Call Mary Maids. It's one less thing to worry about.
Inside every Hot Pockets meatballs with mozzarella are Italian-style meatballs, real mozzarella cheese, and a crispy, crusty, tender, flaky crust.
What are you gonna pick?
Hot Pockets.
If you drink coffee or if you smoke, stains on your teeth could be this bad. But brush with Plus White and look, stains are gone. Plus White removes stains, whitens teeth, fast.
Which multivitamin contains every vitamin and mineral essential in human nutrition without starch, sweeteners, or added lactose?
You may be surprised. It's Geritol Complete.
Alberto VO5 hair dressing. Control frizz and flyaways and transform dull, dry hair into shiny hair in seconds. Alberto VO5.
I don't have to vacuum to freshen my carpets. I've got Carpet Fresh No Vacuum. Foam it on, odors are gone. The carpet's freshened with no vacuuming. Carpet Fresh No Vacuum.